Hey everybody, welcome back to War Buddies. Welcome back to our Warcaster neo-mechanika global narrative campaign Jericho Reach Season 2. That is a lot of words to string together. This is episode 9, which means we are almost done with Season 2. We've got this episode, one more episode to do, and one more week for you guys to contribute. Speaking of, more instructions at the end of the video, but there is 1 week left. We've got one territory left to fight over. I'm going to put up the current map right here. We'll settle the main port here in a second, but this coming week is the fight for the capital and the last sector to fight over. The lawgiver you see on the map, that will be decided at Warfare Weekend as sort of the special bonus thing. But first, let's talk about your guys' results from this past week. We had 3 battle reports submitted total. We had an ISA victory of the AC, followed by another ISA victory of the AC, and then the AC were able to come back and pull off a win over the Marcher Worlds. So that's going to give the ISA 8 dice to roll for this week. The AC will get 6 and the others will get 4. So before I go any farther than that, let's jump over to the dice cam and see what we get. All right, the ISA is in the lead, so they will get to roll 8 power dice for their score. Here we go. That is a good score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to drop 2 dice. Roll for the AC. 10 is a beatable score. But not like that. Marcher Worlds. Oh yeah, I guess you can only roll 8. Empyreans, there we go. ISA it is. So congratulations to the ISA. I knew you guys had it in you, making me proud. Took the main port. We have 1 spot left to fight over. Narratively, it's looking like the Marchers are gonna retake the Reach. The question is, how much are they gonna be able to hold on to? They've lost little sectors here and there, 2 to the AC, 1 to the Empyreans. So that is up to you guys. Play some games, more instructions at the end of the video. In the meantime, let's get into episode 9, which is the biggest unit count of a battle I have done on Jericho Reach so far. We are running 10 plus 1 on this almost modified skirmish. So hope you guys enjoy. I will catch you at the end of the video. Hope to hear from you fighting over the Reach. Reminder, come to Warfare Weekend, or if you are coming to the Warfare Weekend, check out the Lawgiver event, link in the description below. Let's get into the episode.
I know it sounds foolish.
Foolish does not begin to cover this. You are allying with the enemy.
The enemy is pouring through that gate, and they will overwhelm us. What matters now is that we, humanity, hold them here at the Reach. We hold them here, or we will be fighting them on every world from here to Bastion.
You will answer to the Justicars for this.
If I am alive to answer for this, it means we've won.
As you have it, Commander.
So here is our ISA crew for today, all neatly ordered like. We're going to go from this side to the other. Soloist-wise, we've got a Weaver, another Weaver, Paladin Commander. Leading the army is Baron Mooregrave. This guy is a melee beast. He has a living sword that consumes people. I'm sure that won't come up at some point in the future. This is his Adepticon model that I finally got painted up. It is solid pewter all the way down to the cape. It is massive. He's a vampire and I love it. Warjack's in the back. We've got the twins. Firebrand with Reflex Cortex, Immolator, Grenade Launcher, and Rifle Bayonet. And the Stabby Firebrand, Harbinger Cannon, Jackhunter Cortex, Sword and Shield. Our classic Morningstar, Hard Worker, Sword, Shield, Starburst Missile Launcher, Harbinger Cannon, and Bodyguard Cortex. And this is how you know it's episode 9, is I didn't actually have to check my notes for any of that. We did go kind of squad heavy on this one. So we got our Aegis Detachment, Paladin Enforcer Squad 1, Paladin Enforcer Squad 2, Paladin Annihilators, and these guys. These are the Tracers. They are from the ISA, I forget the name, the Regulators Cadre. This is from the Cadre box. Don't get too excited. They're the only things from the Cadre box I have painted right now, but I really wanted to get them out here. They are Speed 8. They've got Smart Lock on their little lasers. So they're just really agile, flying little shooty guys. And we're gonna give them a quick opening audition here and see how they do. And here's your Empyrean force. This represents almost the total sum of every Empyrean model I have painted, except for the Zenith, I think, which, given the board as you'll see here shortly, would not have been appropriate for this game today. So let's start over here with the solos. Right off the bat, we've got the Paragon Commander. This is the solo from the Empyrean cadre, the Harbingers of Cyrus. He's an interesting one. You can channel arc through him. He's got a big old sword. He's got a shooty weapon and all that. He's a tanker of a boy. And I'm excited to see how he performs. Heavy saber there, Oculus Fulcrum. Astraeus is back to lead the charge. Warjacks in the back. I'm gonna try this without my notes. Sentinel over here with the Newman Cortex. Meteor Cannon on top. The Gravitonic Lash on the arm, Cyclotonic Razor on the chest. And Metaperceptor to extend the range of all of his guns right there. He's not that dangerous, but he has not died once this entire campaign. He's hard to kill. Move over here, the Demon Twins. We've got Protean Forge, Intimidator, and Shield Generator. And I want to say the Hound Cortex, but I probably have that wrong. Starfire Ray, Plasma Blade, Eidolon Cortex, and Phase Projectile Cannon. Those are your Warjacks. If I got anything wrong, I'm not sorry because you're stinking aliens. Moving over here. Moving over here, Aerolith attachment with his friends, the Saber Guardians, Saber Strike Force, and the Murder Chickens, otherwise called the Antecessors Eternal. Look at these models first off. I adore these models. I stayed up way late last night trying to finish painting these models just so we could have them in today's report. They're a squad. They are armor 3, 2 health each. They've got double melee. They've got a ranged weapon that ignores line of sight when they're attacking warrior models. They are nuts. They are flying. They're gonna be fun. They're also part of the cadre. So there's another squad of Paragons that goes with the cadre. If I can get them painted in time, you might see them next game. We will have to see. But this is a massive force for the Empyreans. Our scenario today is the Apotheosis Agenda. This is out of the Collision Course book, Skirmish Mission. The way it works, we have 4 objectives set up here in the corners. We've got 1, 2, 3 on the helipad, and 4 there in the back. These are considered to be alien ruin objectives, and the way it works is it's end of activation scoring, so end your activation within 1 inch with no other enemies, and you will control the objective. The scoring is escalation, so 1 point on turn 1, 2 points to turn 2, etc. so on. The trick to Apotheosis Agenda is that every objective you control increases your cipher hand size by 1. So I'm doing something a little different this turn, or this go around. Normally I run minimum size cipher decks. That's so that I know what I have and I can cycle through quickly. For this one, I'm running the maximum size cipher hand for both sides because, hey, if I could have, 7, 8, even 9 cards out at once, why not? Having a look at deployment, the Empyreans won the role to go first, which is good news because, again, end of activation scoring. And we just went ahead and brought out the stuff you guys came here to see. So we got the Paragon Commander, 2 deployment cost. We've got the Antecessors back there, 3 deployment cost. They are squared up on their objectives. And over here, we have the Paladin Weaver and the Morning Star, both ready to take their stuff. Pulse round 1, turn 1 should be fairly straightforward. Everyone's going to bum rush the objectives. There is a lot of line of sight blocking terrain here, so it may not start to get frisky until turn 2, but let's see how it goes moving into Empyreans, turn 1. Empyrean Warcaster is going to start by putting an arc charge onto the Paragon Commander, and we'll play Force Barrier onto the Antecessors. Gives them immediate cover for the rest of the pulse round, and because of Arcana Module, means that they get to charge 1 arc. Paragon Commander will go first. He is speed 5. He'll lumber forward 3 inches, and then 2 inches up the ledge. We are playing the usual War Buddies house rule for ladders. Everything is a ladder, because I don't really have ladders on my terrain. So you can scale walls for 2 inches, which is good news on this map. The Antecessors themselves are speed 7 with flight. So they will fly in here. Gracefully, I assume. I'm gonna do the rest with both hands so I don't knock over these very pretty models. And your friendly neighborhood Murder Chickens will drop a 5 arc gate right down here. One of the things I like about this terrain piece, it's kind of weird seeing it from the back now. One of the things I like about this terrain piece is there's not a lot of open space, so you have to be careful when you're dropping gates because your 50 mil bases may not fit where you want them to be. So at the end of their turn, they get to draw back up to 5. Since they control 2 objectives, they now get to draw up to 7. It's going to be a frisky game. Empyreans then score objectives 2 and 3 because they finished activations on the objectives. Good opener, nothing hugely surprising there. Let's go over to the ISA. ISA Warcaster charges the Morning Star with 1. And we'll put Vengeance Sequencer on him, so when he is targeted and hit by an enemy attack, he can then retaliate with one of his weapons. At speed 6, he'll be the first activation, moving 4 inches forwards, and then 2 inches up over the ledge. His Harbinger Cannon is 12-inch range, Starburst missiles are 14, so let's do some measuring. So he does have Harbinger Cannon range on the first target, and he does have Starburst missile range on all of them. So let's do it in that order. Starting with the Harbinger Cannon, rolling for strafe. 1 strafe. First target, Rat 4 with 1 arc charge. Ooh, good opening volley. 7 strikes to start the game. However, his target is defense 4 and in cover. So 7 strikes versus. Okay, 4 strikes get through. Well done. His PAL 4, these things are armor 3 with 2 health, so we need to show 6 to drop. And 6 we get. First Intercessor is down. Welcome to the Reach. Gonna hit a strafe target. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense 4 in cover. And blocked it. His Starburst missiles are next, and he does get to re-roll because of Targeter, so we're actually going to roll the Intercessor defense first. So we have to beat 5. So opening volley. Beats it by 1. Do we want to keep? Yeah, we're going to keep that. We're not going to take chances. Oh, 4 against armor 3. He kills that one too. Unbelievable. And blast damage, can he go 3 for 3? Not even close. That was astonishing. These things are actually quite hard to kill and quite dangerous, so definitely a good fluke of the dice for you, buddy. No other weapons that can shoot. He will stop his activation, score that point, and then we'll move down to the Weaver. Weaver is speed 6. He can make it to the bottom of this thing, tuck himself right down there. Can we see him? There you go. But he does not have the 2 inches necessary to get and clamber up, so he will have to stop there. But he will drop a gate around that corner with 5 arc on it. Moving over to Empyreans, first thing we'll do is we'll remove all the activation tokens. So as usual with Budgie's battle reports, I'm going to ask you guys how you would handle a situation. Here's the situation. They have 7 cards in the hand. I haven't decided which ones they're going to use yet, but the moment one of these guys moves off their objective, the hand size is going to drop. So what we're going to do here at least is immediately shuffle and discard a random cipher from the deck in order to bring it down to the appropriate size. I'm not going through the rulebook in detail at this moment. Just let me know in the comments what you would do, how you would handle it. It's a weird little scenario. It's almost like having Raxus on your team. Except nobody likes Raxus. I'm sorry, Raxus. I like you a little bit. And true to form, the Intercessor is going to receive Photochimeric Mantle, giving him stealth. Paragon Commander is going to go over rough terrain, so only about 3 inches. Stopping there. You giant fancy model who hits everything. There we go. That reduces their hand size to 6 immediately, but they still have 6 cards left, so we're still in good shape. And he's going to shoot his Numinous Agitator. It's a little 10-inch shooty gun down at the gate. At 4, 1 arc charge. Decent shot. 3 strikes. Defense 3 on the gate. 2 get through. POW 4. It would drop cipher cards if there was a cipher card on the gate, but I don't even think there are any that can do that. So here we go. Armor 5. Oh, takes an arc off. Well done. And for our second cipher card, the Paragon Commander is going to use Havoc Spiral. He can see the, there he isn't, way back in there. He can see the Weaver, so he's going to throw Havoc Spiral at him. Focus 4, but there is no arc in the tank. 3 strikes. He is certainly in cover. And 1 gets through. POW 3, ton of break armor 3. Breaks armor 3, he takes 1 damage. Slightly bigger problem is he is then pulled straight towards this guy until he reaches him. At which point he's going to drop. We'll measure that here in a second. Looks like 2 inches since he lands on the thing. Take a POW 2 hit. And that one almost kills him. Good news, you lived. Bad news, you are now way far away from where you want to be. Meanwhile, here in the back row, 5 arc is a lot of arc, so let's pare that down a little bit. Bringing out the Sentinel and the Oculus. Paragon Commander drops an arc gate up here with 4 arc on it because he wants to save 1 to charge the Sentinel next turn. Start the ISA turn, we're going to play Arcane Synthesis on the Morningstar, charging him with the remaining 2 arc in the well, one of which just fell off a building. Since the little guy lived, he's going to move 1 inch, 3 inches, 2 inches. Meaning he is unequivocally going to die, but he's going to try to tag this objective while he's at it. Putting his Null Hammer into the back of the Paragon Commander because that seems like a great way to extend your lifespan. Mat 3. 1 strike. Paragon Commander's defense 3. Unsurprisingly blocks it. His sword is the size of your entire body. Meanwhile, here in the back row, Morningstar is going to clamber up onto some high ground, and he's going to assess some options for all the death and destruction he's now capable of. He's basically going to pour fire into this Sentinel. He's got his blast weapon and his Harbinger Cannon Strafe, so we'll see if we can't catch the little guy in the blast. Shooting the Sentinel with the Starburst missiles first, we're going to roll for defense because he can reroll for Targeter. Ooh, good. Roll for defense. Okay, he's going to block 2 of them. Starburst missiles away. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes. Do we think we can do better than 4 strikes, people? I'm going to re-roll it. And a bunch of you just go ahead and start screaming in the comments how I shouldn't re-roll this. I will probably agree with you in about 10 seconds. Okay. You know, not devastating, not spectacular, whatever. 7. I'm going to break armor 5. And breaks it once. Blast damage on the Oculus. Oculus takes 1. Harbinger Cannon into Sentinel, rolling for strafe. 1 strafe, that's really all we were looking for. So he's got 3 arc charge, we're at 4. So versus the Sentinel, not a bad roll. That is 8. 8 strikes against. And block 2 again, well done. So 6 are gonna get through. POW 4 weapon. Armor 5. That's all the behind the scenes action for you right there. Here we go. Armor. I love this game. All right, he takes 1 more. Shot into the Oculus. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. Do not use my show to learn how to count, kids. Okay, 4 get through. That's probably gonna do the trick, being as it's a POW 4 shot with big stinking bullets. Yep, that'll do you. That devastating fusillade ends. The Oculus is no more. Sentinel is down to half health. Not a terrible showing, but we all know how sturdy that Sentinel can be. That is both activations, so we score point for objective 2, tying the game at 2 points to 2 points. Let's get some reinforcements out. We've only got, what do we got, 4 on that one. Gonna bring out the Stabby Firebrand, the unit of Tracers, and he's gonna drop a 3 arc gate right over here. Start the Empyrean turn, we're gonna charge the Sentinel, unsurprisingly, and give him, surprisingly, Ascension Catalyst. He's going to lift off on Jetpacks of Violence and land right over here. It is a bit of a tight fit with careful measuring, but that is an 8-inch move with flight, so he can ignore vertical distance and simply drop himself right here, where he will start to lay down some hurt on his new friend. They lay down some hurt, he doesn't actually have any melee weapons, but that's not gonna stop him, he's got good attitude. Gravitonic Lash, 1 arc charge, we're at 4. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikes against defense 3. Yeah, decent job. 2 get through. You get through into POW 3, armor 5. Nothing doing. Vengeance Sequencer is going to activate, and the Morningstar will kick in with his sword in retaliation. Ooh, decent retaliation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Defense 2. Box 1, 5 get through. POW 6 trying to break armor 5. And only cracks him once. Watching the past few episodes, you know how this goes. Sentinel spikes to reduce damage by 1, down to 0. Morningstar is feeling lucky. He will spike to inflict system failure and hope he rolls ranged and not melee. So on a 4 up, it's going to be melee. We're using this Menoth dice because it's the first one I grabbed. That is a 6, I think. Yes, that is a 6. So his melee weapons don't work anymore. He has none. And he's not particularly eager to trigger Vengeance Sequencer again. We were just hoping to get a free shot in, so we're just going to cool it and just claim that objective, giving the Empyreans a 1-point lead. Nobody else to go, so the Paragon Commander is going to shoot Paralytic Disruptor into his new friend here. Focus 4, 1 arc in the tank. Oh, this is gonna suck. 1, 2, 3, that's 6, 7. You are technically on the high ground. Good job. You almost make it there. That's 5, so 2 get through on a POW 4. Probably toast. Yep, toast. Burnt toast. Let's get some reinforcements going out of here and see who we can bring onto the field with this much room and 4 arc. We're going to bring out Astraeus and the Heavy Saber right into the action. The surviving Antecessor will drop a 4 arc gate, much like he did in times of old, meaning 3 minutes ago. ISA is going to keep things fairly simple this turn, I think. We're going to put an arc charge onto the Stabby Firebrand. We do have some good Cypher cards, but it is also the very last turn of the first pulse round, so instead of using them, we're going to hold on to them. Activation is going to go to the Tracers with speed 8 and flight. They're very valuable in a game with end of activation scoring. They're going to fly up here like a barbershop quartet. It's ours, it's ours, it's ours. And that's 1 point. Then they're going to shoot all their little lasers into the Heavy Saber. First shot, Rat 3. 3 strikes, defense 3. And blocked it. Second shot, defense 3. Or Rat 3, 2. Defense. Okay, 1 gets through. This is a POW 4. It's a good little shooty laser. Going against armor 4. And just shy of it. Third shot. 3 is good. Defense 3. Ooh, all 3 get through. On a POW 4. Armor 4, got a good feeling about this one. Oh, there's a good feeling. 1, 2, 3, that's almost 2. Heavy Saber takes 1 of his 3 health. We're still cooling it on the Cypher card, so we're going to jump over here to our gate. Gate-orama, what is this? 3 arc gate. We're going to bring out Paladin Annihilators plus Baron Mooregrave himself with his happy face. Look at that happy face. He's just delighted to be here. Meanwhile, the Tracers are dropping a 3 arc gate right down there. And that will wrap up Pulse Round 1. Score is tied 3-3. Empyreans never managed to tag Objective 1. ISA never managed to tag Objective 3. Overall, still a pretty close game. We're getting lots of big, heavy dudes on the field. The Baron is out. Astraeus is out. Heavy Warjacks, I need to turn them both around so they don't look so stupid back to back. And let's move on to Pulse Round 2. Gonna roll to see if system failure continues on the Sentinel. It's actually better for him if it continues, because he can't receive the same condition twice. He can't receive system failure ranged while he's got system failure melee, and he has no melee weapons. Go figure. So, does it continue? It does not. Moving into Pulse Round 2, rather than charge anyone, we're actually going to pull this arc off of the Murder Chicken. And the card we're going to play is Annihilation Vector. So this lets Warjack immediately make a melee attack. If it hits, the model suffers a hit, obviously, but if it's a Warjack, they also suffer system failure. So we're going to see if to complete this game. We're coming in with map 4. Oh, that wasn't very good. Defense 3 on the Morningstar, and he blocks it. First thing that's going to happen is the Antecessor Eternal reposition himself slightly, and he's going to take a shot into the back of this newly arrived squad. He's going to fire the Dark Hold. Fun fact, the Dark Hold does not need line of sight to target warrior models. G with his information. Obviously he can see them, but still, spooky. Rat 4. 3, defense 3. And blocks it, well done. More importantly, that's his activation done, which means the Empyreans now control objective 3. That's 2 points for them, plus another card into the cipher hand. So up here, the Paragon Commander is going to be our next go. He's going to turn, give himself the high ground, physically if not morally. Look at that model, that is a gorgeous model. And he is shooting his Numinous Agitator into the Annihilator squad. We're at 4, 3 strikes, see if he can do better than the Antecessor did. Blocks 1, blocks 2, 1 gets through, POW 4 weapon, armor 3. He is out. He's going to swing his Celestial Cleaver 2-inch range weapon into the nearest guy. Coming in at mat 5 with an arc charge. Ooh, that's not bad. That is 4 strikes. Defense 3. They block 2, but this is a POW 5 weapon. Armor 3. Yep. And you, sir, are going to go take an early rest. He also has what is called the Thaumaturgic Initiator rule. So he kills someone with his sword, which he just did. He can then immediately spike, like so, to immediately cast a Fury through himself. So he will throw Null Collider with 3 arc in the tank into the Baron. Just 4, 3 arc. Good shot. 1, 2, waiting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikes. 6 strikes against defense 3. Okay, 4 get through. Trying to beat armor 4. Ooh, and he does almost twice. So Baron Mooregrave takes 1 of his 3, and he's not thrilled. He will mark his turn as finished with 1 foot on the objective, giving another 2 points for the Empyreans. Meantime, Mortality Destabilizer on the Murder Chickens to bring back one of their squad members. Over here on the back row, we've got 4 arc on this gate. That will give us a Demon Warjack and the Squadus Saber Strike Force. And our Heavy Saber will drop a 3 arc gate right in this little gap. Into turn 1 there, that is now 7-3 in favor of the Empyreans, and they have 2 extra Cipher cards in their hand right now. They're also holding that objective back there very well, and the Paragon Commander could be a bit of a pain to get off this one. We got the heavies are still battling over there, so let's move on to ISA turn 1, see what they can do. ISA Warcaster is going to charge the Tracer drones, and we'll give them Reiteration Complex, so they each get to shoot their little lasers twice. Then in mind, I'm actually going to use both hands for this. They are going to shuffle to the front to form up a little firing line right here. Like so. They've got 10-inch range, and they ignore cover while they are charged, so they are going to pick and choose their targets. First round, I think, is going to go into the Paragon Commander. Shot number 1, Rat 3, 1 arc charge. Good opener, 3 strikes. He is defense 3, they have smart locks and no cover for you. 1 gets through. POW 4 weapon. Armor 4. And we take our first wound on the Paragon Commander. Number 2, same target. Ooh, even better. That is 6 strikes. He is defense 3. So 3 of them get through. Coming in hot. And cracks another one. Shot number 3 going into the Heavy Saber below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes. Beautiful. 5 strikes versus 1. Orin 4, and he's armor 4. And he takes 1 more. Little drone boy still doing work, so shot number 3. No, this is shot number 4. Devastating little drone buddies. 6 strikes. Defense 3 on the Saber. 3 of them get through. POW 4 weapon. 4 strikes to drop him. Cores him clean through with a tiny little drill laser. 2 shots are going into Astraeus. Shot number 1. Okay, you didn't quite get calibrated correctly this morning, I understand. That is good. Oh, wow. These boys just cannot miss. One gets through. Defense. Nope. Armor 4. And Astreus takes a wound. Absolute savagery. Final shot. Wow. 5 strikes. 5 strikes, defense 4. Does he block it? He blocks it for once. 6 shots, 5 full of utter lethality, and then 1 is blocked. And just for insult to injury, that will conclude their activation in control of objective 1. Probably wondering why we stopped shooting at the Paragon Commander, because that was working really well. Well, we're going to try something. This is hopefully Mooregrave's little party trick. His activation, he will advance up. His sword is called Oblivion for a really good reason, and he's going to swing it. Here's your epic duel picture for the episode. All right, Mooregrave is not charged, which is unfortunate because Oblivion is high intensity melee weapon, but he is Mat 5. So let's do this. Coming in for the duel. 3 strikes, could have been better, buddy, but let's see what you get. You're a Def 3 on the commander. 2 of them get through. Oblivion is a POW 5 weapon. You've got through with 2, has to break armor 4 to kill him. Armor 4 broken. So he is dispatched thusly, and Oblivion will drink deep of his soul, or whatever soul equivalent he has. Whenever Mooregrave kills a warrior model with Oblivion, he heals 1. He doesn't have any targets for his 8-inch shooting gun, so he will cause of activation done. Claim objective 2, which will tie the game again. I say Warcaster is going to play Tactilic Metamorphosis on the Tracer guys, just to make sure they really don't go anywhere. +2 Rat Mat and Defense. Right around the corner there, we have 3 Arc just waiting to get turned into reinforcement, so let's see what we get from the mystery box. The mystery box reveals the legendary Squad 2 with their Aegis attachment. Baron Mooregrave will drop a 2 Arc gate right behind himself. Outstanding maneuvers by the ISA. The game is now back to being tied. Paragon Commander is off this platform. Baron Mooregrave definitely in charge of it. And the Tracers have really solidified their hold here. So we're going to jump over to Empyreans turn 2, see what they can bring back. Here at the back row, we are going to charge the Sentinel with 1 Arc. And then we're going to use Aggression Theorem for him to fire his Meteor Cannon right into the Morningstar at point what's at range. He is Rat 4 with an Arc charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikes. His opponent is defense 3 and standing on a box. Oh, 2 of them get through. Oh, 5 going against armor 5. We'll do the pushback here in a second. And cracks 1. So he hurts him for 1. He's then going to spike to push him backwards. Since he is on a box, he's not going to get stopped by that ledge. We're going to measure him 3 inches out, and then he will drop. He swings out, crashes down. That's 4 inches. It's going to be a POW 4 hit. And all the little saber guys suddenly sound like the seagulls in Finding Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. POW 4 from the drop. He's fine. Meanwhile, Astreus is going to move his 6 inches forward. Roughly 6 inches. He'll come to a stop right there. He doesn't want to get in the way of reinforcements coming. He also doesn't have enough movement to get up onto the ledge. And if he stops just at the base of the ledge, he won't be able to shoot up there, which is exactly what he's going to do. He has a strafe weapon in his Starfire array, so that's going to go into the middle drone. It's going to be tricky because with the drones, they defense 3 with Tactile Metamorphosis, they are defense 5, and they have high ground. So defense 5 with 2 red dice versus a Rat 5 dude. So let's do a strafe roll first. 1 strafe. Shot number 1, just kind of hoping for something lucky. Unbelievable. You are leading this invasion, good sir. Shot number 2. Okay, this is not going to work out for you, buddy. Just 2 strikes. They are defense 5 with 2 in cover, and they block it. The good news is he can still put his Plasma Spear into the Firebrand, which was also kind of the point of him messing around down here. He is Mat 5 because he is a scary boy. His dice aren't always, but he is. 4 strikes is not bad. 4 strikes against defense 3 on the firebrand. Is he gonna block this? He's gonna block this. I'm so sorry, dude. Don't one of you in the audience say you don't sympathize with those kind of dice on a bad day. Meanwhile, Saber Strike Force is going to hustle in. Do their best to Piranha Swarm this guy. It's gonna be 3 shots, or 3 stabs, I guess, with Fusion Blades. Number 1 coming in at mat 3. Okay, 1 and defense 3 blocks it. I'm sure the massive shield probably helped. Stab number 2. Okay, defense 3 blocks that one too, and stab number 3. Okay, 4 strikes. Look at that, 4 strikes. There's one dude here who paid attention in training, and 1 gets through. I'm gonna break armor 5, and just short of it. But as far as limiting his mobility goes, they're doing a decent job. Not a great job, but a decent job. Final software card, we're gonna play the Kinematic Reassembler on the Sentinel. We're gonna roll 3 action dice and heal up 1 for every strike. So he heals back to full. Looking down here at the gap, we've got not a ton of space, but we have 3 arcs, so let's see what we can do there. I'm gonna bring out the other Demon Warjack and the Fulcrum tucked in there in the corner, hoping not to be noticed. The Intercessors are gonna drop a gate back there, kind of an odd spot for it, but the thing is, their talent is kind of being wasted just sitting on an objective. So we want to put someone else down there so they can go mess somebody up. Over the ISA turn, this is unfortunately where we're gonna have to stall the offensive. The ISA is doing a good job holding this side of the board, but they're having a lot of trouble on that side because they haven't even reached where the murder chickens are. Sentinel is stopping anyone from doing more than contesting over there. And frankly, that Morningstar is just really in a tough spot. So the Morningstar can probably do some damage over there. But over here, we're about to have a whole lot of pressure put on Objective 1, which is only being held by tracers. So really what we need to do is take our focus off the Sentinel and try to mitigate some threats over here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put an arc onto Squad 2, and we'll then give them Divination Algorithm to make their shooty guns a little bit more shooty. They're going to turn and shuffle in. I'm gonna do it off camera. Since they are charged, they can use both the rifles and bayonets, so we're gonna tuck them in nice and close into this massive alien nonsense. Like so. So we're gonna start here on the back. We're gonna do bayonets from this guy back here. Just kind of bayonets Fulcrum into probably him or the Fulcrum, whatever. Then we'll go back with shots. The first guy is gonna bayonet the Fulcrum. Coming in with an arc charge and mat 3. All right, these guys are ready for action. This is Squad 2 in form. So that is 4 strikes, defense 3. Okay, only 1 gets through, not terrible. Gonna break armor 4, pow 3. And it bounces off his armor. Stab number 2 into the Fulcrum. Okay, you guys have a reputation to uphold here. 1 strike and blocked it. Guy, bayonet, Fulcrum. That's more like it. 4, 5, 6. Guess we know who's in charge here. And 5 of them go through. Trying to break armor 4, 8 strikes to drop him and really show these guys how it's done. Oh, that might be it. 1, 2, 6, 8, yes. So stab, deflect, stab armor, and then just speared him right through. And that frees up all these shooty guns for the big guy. First shot coming in. Ooh, good shot, 5 strikes. 5 strikes against defense 3. Oh, only 1 gets through, but these are now POW 5 weapons because of Divination Algorithm. Going against armor 5 because he has the force shield generator on his back. And just shy of it. Good thing you got that generator. Shot number 2. Also not bad, 4 strikes. 4 strikes against. And again, 1 gets through. This demon's been taking notes from the Sentinel, hasn't he? Come on, armor 5. All right, just barely got him. Will prevail, shot number 3. 4 strikes, okay. Defense 3. Very consistent defense on this guy. It's a good thing divination algorithm is a thing. Trying to crack armor 5. Oh, wow. And he did. Takes him down to 1 health remaining. I'm putting his health on the stairs because I can't reach that mob. That means it's all on the Aegis. No pressure there, buddy. You are charged. You have the things in the stuff. We're at 3. That's what I'm thinking of. Coming in hot. Okay, 4. 4 is good. Defense 3. Oh, he's going to get him. 2 of them get through. POW 3. Before we do this, though, we are going to spike. Spiking to use force ram. So instead of inflicting lockdown, he rams him forward. Doesn't mean anything for the demon, but it may hurt Astraeus. All right, POW 3, beat him by 2. If we're going to show 5 strikes, this demon is down. Here we go for the Alliance. And that kind of fell flat. Oh well. Gonna roll the collateral damage against Astraeus with his armor 4. And that just missed it too. That stings. Oh well, you guys still did pretty good. Got rid of the Fulcrum, couldn't quite get rid of the demon. Unfortunately, we have no solos, and we're not using any of the remaining Cypher cards right now. We're gonna go straight to the gate. We've got a 2-arc gate here, and we have a crippling need for solos. So let's see if we can fix that. Dropping a pair of Weavers to flank the Baron there. Trying to keep them mostly out of range of the Murder Chicken's Darkhold. And dropping a 2-arc gate right down here with an eye to bring out the remaining Warjack if they can. That's it for ISA turn. We have ground into kind of a stalemate here. The game is still tied. Empyreans need to tag 1 or more of these objectives up front, which they shouldn't have too much of a problem with in a second. ISA needs to tag those 2 in the back, which could be a big problem. I think it's going to come down to the heavies for this next round, so let's roll into Empyreans. Turn 1. Or turn, what is this? Turn 3. Really only one play that they need to make, so we're going to charge up the Sentinel. I was looking for his health, I forgot he healed up. And he's just going to shuffle in place, and he's going to stay pretty much right where he is, doing a great job at what he's doing. From his position on high, he's going to start shooting into Squad 2, so you can't whittle him down from this end. His Gravitonic Lash is now 8 inches because of his Meta Perceptor, so that's going into the Aegis right there in the back. Rat 4, Arc Charge. Decent 3 strikes. Aegis is no longer charged, there's no cover. All 3 hit. Gravitonic Lash is POW 3. Yep, that's gonna hurt. So he tags onto his back, yanks him, smashes him into the ledge, and just leaves him there. Shooting the Cyclotronic Razor still into the squad there. Range 12 with his Meta Perceptor. It is high intensity, because that's fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Defense 3. What is this, Inception? Come on now. Okay, 4 get through. POW 1 weapon, but 4 got through. Armor 3. And another one's out. Tearing down the ISA's reinforcements before they can really advance on him. Finally, Meteor Cannon, same squad. 3, 4. 4 strikes. 2 get through. Meteor Cannon's what, POW 4 or 5? It's POW 5. And another heroic paladin out. That leaves 1 survivor from the squad. Being very pleased with himself, he will drop activation token here. And we'll score them their 3rd, bringing the Empyreans' lead to 2 points. No solos to speak of since the Fulcrum got vaporized. So we're going to play Plexus Densifier onto the Saber squad, just in case this guy gets any ideas. 8 here in the back row is going to spend both of its arc to spit out a unit of Guardians. And that should free up the Antecessors to move about and do murder chicken things. Saber Strike Force will drop a 3-arc gate right here. The sole purpose of this gate is to prevent the Morningstar from simply scampering up the ledge there. And that's the play for the Empyreans. We're going to jump over to ISA. Empyreans are currently leading by 1. They've tagged every objective except for 1. Objective 1 up here. ISA needs to tag either Objective 4 or Objective 3, which is getting kind of crowded. It's going to be tight. We'll see what they can do. We've got a Sentinel ready to go, or a Sentinel, I don't think so. Morningstar ready for action. and Weaver's out ready to party. So let's party. Let's go and get the obvious out of the way. What we really want right now is Ascension Catalyst. Ascension Catalyst would save this moment because he could then jump like right up to here, even up there if he really wanted to tangle with a Sentinel. Just jump right up to there, start cleaning house. Doesn't have to worry about the models in his way or anything. The ISA does not have Ascension Catalyst. I actually looked. It is on the bottom of their deck. So we're gonna have to move around without that. At the moment, we're not gonna charge anybody. Our opening cipher is gonna be Instability Equation because we've got a few red cards laying over there for the ISA, just waiting for you guys to show up. And we're gonna go backwards into Murder Chicken. 1 arc in the tank. Ooh, good shot. 5 strikes. 5 strikes against defense, 4. Okay, 2 of them get through. That's good. That's gonna trigger our blast range. We are POW 4. Trying to break armor 3, hopefully twice. And hurts him once. Blast damage on the other Antecessor, armor 3. Ooh, hurts him too, well done. Blast damage on the Guardian right behind him. He's out as well, 3 for 3. All right, after some careful consideration, the ISA is gonna have to relinquish the hope of getting the back objectives. The only contender in position is gonna be the Morningstar, and he doesn't have the movement to get around all those obstacles up to where he needs to be or back over here. So with that in mind, the back row is probably not gonna happen for the ISA this turn. Instead, they're going to try to finish cleaning up the front so they can secure that. And that means Firebrand gets to do fun Firebrand things. Rotatimus, there we go. Starting with his Harbinger Cannon into the Demon Warjack, rolling for strafe. Just need the 1 strafe it is. Going against the Demon. Yeah, it's 4, not bad. Defense 3. Okay, 2 get through. Harbinger Cannon is, I believe, POW 4. It is POW 4, but this is the armor 5 guy, so let's see what we can do. Can we bring down his last health? No, we cannot. That Force Shield Generator has saved you like 3 times. Okay, sword into Demon. That's a great sentence, isn't it? 3 strikes. Defense 3. He blocks it. Okay, Shield Bash into Demon. 5 strikes. And pretty much blocked that one. You get pretty lucky for a POW 2 with the red dice to work, but technically, armor 5. Oh, I would have lost my mind if that had worked. Nope, the Demon takes a huge beating, but continues to stand. One of these Weavers is gonna hustle up over here and shoot his handgun down into, screw it, handgun into the Demon. We're at 3. Oh, don't you be the one to kill him. Do not do this to me again. 4 strikes, defense 3. 3 of them get through. It's all coming apart, folks. Handgun is a POW 3. He does it. Oh my God. All right, so freaking John Wick walks up here, pulls out his handgun, and just casually puts a single bullet down through the Warjack, who I will lift out very carefully. Unbelievable. And that same guy is going to put a Pyrokinetic Surge into Astraeus as the final note to end out this pulse round. Focus 4, 1 arc in the tank. Pretty good. 4 strikes, defense 4. 1, 2. 2 get through, and he's on fire. This is only a POW 3. Let's check his armor. Armor 4. He hurts him again. Absolute champ of the game right here. Well, all according to plan, this gate is going to spit out the other Warjack. Firebrand. It's going to cost both. And dropping the gate back here with 2 arc. What a show, everybody. So right now, the Empyreans are leading by 2 points, moving into the last round where every objective will be worth 3 points. Then we've pretty much divided the board in half. ISA holds a good hold here. Empyreans hold a good hold in the back. The problem is, if the Empyreans can hold that balance, they win because they're in the lead now. So let's check for fire on Astreus first, because that would be just the cream on top if he just burned away right now. Which he does. You thought you were fun, you thought you were doing all right. He burns away, and this guy gets a field promotion on the spot. That's Warcaster, folks. Let's see if the Baron, if the super dangerous Tracers, Murder Chicken, Sentinel, let's see if everyone can hold their corners. ISA is gonna have to make some bold plays. They're probably gonna have to try to kill the Sentinel, and we know that is a chore to do. So let's get into Pulse Round 3. Moving to the Empyrean turn, they're kind of aware with what their priorities need to be here. First things first, we're going to charge the Sentinel with another arc, so he can be all the more immovable. They're going to play Umbral Transvection, so they're going to give this squad flight for the rest of the Pulse Round. Since they have Arcana module, that is going to charge them for free. And here's another one of those would you rather choices. So they're going up against an Armor 5 Morningstar. They could use their Fusion Blades. They would get Mat 3, 1 arc, but a POW 4. Or they use the Ion Cannon, has high intensity, you get an extra red die, but it's only POW 3 when you hit. So, point of consideration if you were the Empyrean player, sound off in the comments what you would do. We're gonna go with the Ion Cannons just because historically they have been devastating. I change my mind here in a second, we'll see how it goes. Shot number 1 of 3. Any day now. All right. 4 strikes against defense 3. Okay, 2 get through. Ion Cannon, it's POW 3. So breaking Armor 5, we hope. Armor 5 not broken, not even close actually. Now the Morningstar is fully aware of the stakes at play here, so since he was just targeted and hit, he will spike 1, use Impulse Reciprocator, and make 1 attack in retaliation. He's going to shoot his Starburst missiles into the nearest one who has not gone yet. He is still charged, so he'll get to reroll, so we're going to do the defense roll first. Defense roll is only 1. Morningstar's Rat 4 with a charge. Yeah, you know, that's pretty good. Starburst missiles are POW 4, so against the initial target. That deletes him promptly. Going against his buddy. Buddy's also gone, so that ends the Empyrean shooting right there. Against the Morningstar, because he is the 3rd target within range, he's fine. Okay, admittedly that went a little sideways, came in there, shoot him, explosion happens. That was the 2 who hasn't gone, which means their shooting is over. Movement is not though, so with Umbral Transvection, he's going to fly, high, yeah, right up to here, just to fortify this objective. I will also score objective 3. I don't know how you guys keep track of, you know, you got a board like this where people are tagging objectives on activations. I like to use a little grid thing, so they just scored objective 3, just to remind myself. No solos yet, we're about to fix that, but in the meantime, Mortality Destabilizer. Bring back yet another Intercessor, like so. And from our 3 arc gate, we so handily placed as an obstacle. Going to spend all 3. Bring back the Paragon Commander and the Fulcrum. Intercessors will drop a 2 arc gate here. It is Pulse Round 3, so that should be the last gate that they play. For their turn 1, the ISA is going to play it kind of safe. They're actually going to pull the arc off of the Tracers and throw Velocity Projector from him back into the first Intercessor. Focus 4, 3 arc in the tank. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strikes against defense. Ooh boy. So 5 get through. 6 because he's going to slam him back into the Intercessor right behind him. Or 3, 2 health. Nope, yep, that'll do it. So completely pulps the new arrival, well done. And we'll do a collateral roll for the guy behind him. A collateral roll, that's hard to say. Showing 3, showing 3. It's a turkey shoot. Activation's gonna be short and sweet for this turn. The tracers are going to do nothing. We've got one who's got range on the sentinel, so he'll take a shot just because he can. What's this dice doing here? 3, defense 2. 1 gets through. It's a POW 4. Armor 5. Might get lucky. Oh, you do get lucky. Sentinel burns 1 to reduce damage to 0. Otherwise, you guys are going to call it a day. And let's say you, sir. Move right up to here. Put your foot on that objective. Call that a day as well. The ISA came in trailing by 2 points. They're now up by 1 point, technically. That was kind of a short turn, but it's going to get really kind of ugly once we start fighting over those back 2 objectives. We're going to use Aggression Theorem on this guy. Try to light the Sentinel up with the Immolator. Rat 4, no arc. And no bullets in the gun, apparently. I say bullets in the gun, it's probably fire in the gun. 1 strike, high ground, defense 2. He blocks it. And from our shady little gate there, we will drop Squad 1 into being. Squad 1 takes it post there. Our last survivor of Squad 2 drops to our gate there as their final. There's actually nothing really left to bring out for the ISA aside from the Paladin Commander. Both squads here, and I'm learning this is a fun tactic, leaving 1 survivor makes the squad functionally close to useless. And yeah, keeps them on the board. Empyrean opener is going to be to charge the Demon Warjack right back here. And then cast Cacophonic Declination through the Paragon Commander into the Morningstar. It's a POW 3. If it is damaged, not just hit, damaged, it suffers a system failure continuous effect, which would be nice. Focus 4, 2 arc in the tank. Oh, it's a good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strikes, defense 3. So 5 get through. That's a good sign. And it is POW 3. Trying to break armor 5. If we can hurt him, it'll be system failure. And we do. Gonna roll for system failure. 4 plus will be, 4, 5, or 6 will be melee. Using a Kador dice this time because I'm an equal opportunity type person. And it's melee, so only got the 2 guns left. And you guessed it, he is going to spike to retaliate with his Starburst missiles. Do we want to do blast? Let's do the Harbinger cannon. Looking for strafe. 1 strafe, so it's going to be Paragon Commander and Fulcrum. Rat 4 coming in with Harbinger cannon against the Paragon Commander. 3 strikes. He is def 3 and with the high ground. 3 strikes against. Okay, 1 does get through. Well done. This is a POW 4 weapon. He is armor 4. Big money. Ah, not big enough. Strafe shot against the Fulcrum. 2 strikes. And block that one too. Bravo. That means you, sir, are out of arc and your melee weapons are shut down. That is bad news for you in general. Solo activation, Fulcrum is gonna fall over. I can understand why that's a reflex, like he dies every time he shows up. He will simply walk over here, slither, hover, whatever he's supposed to do. Because, you know, he's having a long day. Meanwhile, our souped up Demon Warjack is going to change vector. Victor. I can't turn my wrist that far. We'll be right back. There we go, and he's gonna start shooting and swinging a sword and all that to intercept these guys. Sword first, map 4. Ooh, good shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 against defense 3. 3 of them get through. The blade is like POW a lot. It's POW 5, which is a lot. All right, he's first contestant out. Shooting a Starfire Ray, which is a strafe weapon. 1 strafe, perfect, because there are only 2 targets left. First target. Oh, this guy's on fire today. 7 against 2. 5 get through. Coming in hot. Yep, and that dude is gone. Strafe shot against the last survivor. Still rolling pretty hot. 4 strikes. That is blockable. But not like that. 3, 4, trying to break 3. Can he clear the squad? He clears the squad. But we're gonna wait for that dice. Come on. That is really satisfying. This squad is no more, which really ruins a lot of the surprise offensive on this side. His projectile cannon, he'll shoot into the Morningstar, because why not? He's on a roll. 4 strikes. 4 strikes against defense 3. And the Morningstar blocks it. Of course he does. You, sir, you are a 1-jack counter-offensive right there. Well done. And the Empyreans regain their 2-point lead. They have succeeded in securing both of these 2 points. ISA has these 2 points. We are halfway through Pulse Round 3. So the game now is simply who can seize more points from the other. Speaking of which, Null Collider from the Paragon Commander into the Morningstar. Focus 4, 2 Arc in the tank. This dude is gnarly. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 strikes against. A phenomenal defense. If you're not watching the video, everyone, take a moment to admire this. Mathematically perfect defense. And we still had 3 red dice get through. That is unfortunate. Break armor 5. Armor 5 broken again. I say the Paladin Commander, or the Paragon Commander, is representing his cadre very well. And our final summon will be this gate spitting out the remaining demon. So very tense moment going into ISA turn 2. They have a chance, they've got a little bit of a chance. We'll swing around here. They've got a chance with the Morningstar. He has 1 health left, but he is the closest model they have. If they want to take objective 3, he would have to, with only his guns, because he has no melee now, only his guns, he would have to shoot off both of these opponents. We do have Ascension Catalyst, so I'm going to do some measurements and see what our options look like. Our options are categorically not good, but technically possible. Here's the situation. He's got 2 shots. He's got the Starburst missiles, and he's got the Harbinger cannon. He has no arc on him right now. These guys both have cover, but only 1 health each. In order to make it up here and secure this, he's gonna have to wipe out both of them with his shooting and then make it all the way up here. He will get a little bit of help from this platform. The problem is, if we don't make this play now, he's not gonna survive next turn. So this is gonna be the big, bold play of the game right here. Let's do it. ISA Warcaster puts 1 arc charge on the Morningstar. Cast Ascension Catalyst, giving him +2 speed, speed 8 with flight, meaning he can clear it up to here very easily. This Weaver right here, he's going to shuffle back a little bit, take an 8-inch shot back at the Elite Intercessor. Shooting at the Intercessor. 2, defense 4. He blocks it. Gonna choose a Harbinger cannon first, targeting the Guardian. Gets his 1 strafe, that's really all he needs. Shooting at the Guardian. 1 arc charge. Okay, 4. 4 is not terrible, but he is in cover. Come on. He blocks it. Oh, that's terrible. Brave shot into the Intercessor. 4 strikes again, okay. Problem is, Intercessor is defense 4. Don't hold your breath. He blocks it as well. This is going horribly sideways for the ISA. Starburst missiles into the Guardian. So we're gonna do Guardian's defense roll first. Okay, 2, that's doable. That is definitely doable. So, missile shot, he can re-roll this. Come on, buddy. Okay, 2 get through on a POW 4, on an armor 3. He's probably gonna paste him. Yeah, he's gone. Big time explosion nonsense right here. Big question now is, can the blast damage take out the Intercessor? He has 1 health, armor 3, and we're throwing a POW 4 blast at him. POW 4 blast damage. No, it does not work. He lives. That is horrible news. So he can take his move. He'll end up here. But he's not ending his activation in control of the objective. We do have Impulse Inducer, so if he's still alive next turn, we can take another shot. Meanwhile, no Collider from the Weaver into the Intercessor. Or Revenge. 3 arc in the tank, focus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, good number. Defense 4. Blocks 1, yeah, see now we're gonna get rid of him. Just a little too late. Armor 3 on a bunch of dice, come on. Yeah. Intercessor is out, but his damage has been done. This is not into pulse round scoring. The Morningstar did not end his activation and control the objective. Squad 1 comes out of this gate, and that is about it for ISA turn. Gotta say, that was one of my favorite gambles I've made so far. I love these risky gambles, you guys have probably noticed by now. High stakes, high reward, high risk, high failure we rate. It happens. Okay, well, let's move into turn 3. So, Empyreans, they just have to keep a hold of their objectives. We do have Impulse Inducer on the ISA side, so if that Morningstar is still alive, he can reactivate and probably get a hold of that objective. So we're gonna get a hold of the Empyrean stuff and see what we can do. Now there's a number of ways we could try to get rid of this guy. We're gonna go for the maximum cool factor one. So charge these guys as the backup. But first, Havoc Spiral from the Paragon Commander into the Morningstar. No gates out, the Empyreans have a whopping 4 arc in the tank. Coming in hot, Havoc Spiral. Not bad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know it's hitting. Blocked a good portion of it, so 3 get through. POW 3, Armor 5. And breaks him. Arcane energy reaches out, grabs a hold of him, tearing off chunk pieces, just tearing him apart through the air, finally discarding the husk down to the bottom. And for activations, squad's gonna move up, both to secure the objective and to body block. And the Paragon Commander shifts over here to stare down the invaders from this angle. Finally, we're gonna slap Photochimeric Mantle on these guys just to make sure they can't take any long-range shots. And with that, we're gonna have to call it in favor of the Empyreans. The ISA technically does have a turn. Here's the problem. They would have to seize one of the objectives. They have either got this, which is you'd have to kill off basically all 3 of those solos, mostly with shooting while they're in cover. And you only get one of those guys. So even the Shooty Firebrand, as shooty as he is, couldn't manage that one. Over here, the fastest one who could get over there is Mooregrave, and he is out of range even at full move plus Phase Stalker. And they have Photochimeric Mantle, so it's not like we can just shoot them off from over here. I gotta say, that was a very intense one, very clustered, very crowded. Hope you guys enjoyed. That is a solid win for the Empyreans in the Apotheosis agenda. Mooregrave, you still look beautiful. We still love you. You survived.
Steel yourself, Taria. There is no longer time for doubt.
Will we win?
We are human. We will endure.
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. As a reminder, for this week, this is the last week to submit battle reports. Between now and midnight on Saturday, play games with your friends, take a photo, send it to warbuddies@yahoo.com. Let me know who won, who lost. That will go into the scores. That will decide who rules the capital at the end of all this. And again, after we do the event at Warfare Weekend, so not next week, but next weekend, once that event is done, I'll come back and I'll do a big narrative story roll-up to show you guys what happened, what you guys have done with the Reach, and that'll be it for Season 2. Thanks for watching.